How's it going, guys? My name is TasVariant, and today we're going to be talking about going to class in Hogwarts Legacy. Even Dumbledore himself had to go to class before becoming headmaster. Speaking of which, I wonder if we'll see Dumbledore, seeing as how he was born in 1881 and the game takes place somewhere in the late 1800s. Do you think we'll see him? Let me know in the comments. In Hogwarts Legacy, we'll be attending at least 4 confirmed classes that we know of: Potions, Herbology, Charms, and Defense Against the Dark Arts. These classes can be taken on the player's leisure and are not on a class schedule, meaning you won't have to worry about missing a class. After all, with everything the Wizarding World has to offer, I know I'll be preoccupied. Every class has a major impact on our character and their ability to hold up in the dangerous world surrounding Hogwarts Legacy. Each study honing our skills to be a better witch or wizard in their own way. Starting off with potions. Potions are a huge part of the world. Everything from liquid luck, which is self-explanatory, to an Edurus potion, turning the user's skin to stone, which drastically increases their defense. As a 5th year, getting a late acceptance, we have a lot of catching up to do. Like all Hogwarts students, we'll be enrolled in a potions class. Here, we will meet Professor Aesop Sharp, a Slytherin. A gruff and very astute professor, Sharp was an Auror in his past, part of an elite group of witches and wizards loyal to the Ministry of Magic, aimed to capture the forces of the Dark Arts, a reoccurring theme in Hogwarts Legacy. He now shares his extensive experience and draws in elixirs with the students. Some would say his class is difficult as he's not easily impressed. We've seen how some of the mechanics are going to work when it comes to brewing these potions, but not exactly the extent of what we can do with them. Not only will we be able to practice our skills at potions in class, but we'll also be able to experiment with potions in the room of requirement. Perhaps we could brew up potions we aren't supposed to behind closed doors. What kinds of potions are you going to experiment with? Let me know in the comments. In order to brew most of these potions, I would assume we need a variety of herbs and plants, which brings us to herbology. Not only can we use these various plants and herbs in potions, but we can also use them in combat, and for various other reasons. Like gillyweed, for example, like when Harry Potter used it to grow gills in the Triwizard Tournament. Professor Mirabel Garlick, a Hufflepuff, will be teaching us this craft. Much like our favorite wizard Harry Potter, Garlick grew up in a house full of muggles. She never really felt like herself until she went to Hogwarts. Here is where she found her affinity for magical plants. The professor has been described as extremely kind and pleasant in nature, almost unnaturally so. We've seen magical herbs and plants all over this game, whether they're used in potions, in combat, or just for consumption. What are some things you think we'll use them for? And do you think we'll be able to gather these while exploring the open world? When potions and herbs are out of question, witches and wizards often and almost always rely on charms. This brings us to Charms class. Here we meet the jovial and lighthearted Professor Abraham Ronen. Ronen is a man who truly values fun and has a passion for games. It is said he met his wife during a gobstone tournament. Lucky for us, his class is known to be extra fun, as it usually incorporates games and activities into his teaching methods. What games do you think we'll play in his Charms class? Every great witch or wizard had to be extremely well skilled in charms. These charms come in many forms and have a vast array of uses. This could be anything from charms that simply help you with house chores, to charms of the dark arts, which we'll get into later on. Here on the board behind the students, we can see a list of charms. Relatio, which frees an object from another's grip. Colloportus, which locks doors magically to where they cannot be opened manually. Petrificus Totalis, the body freezing spell. Prodigo Horribilis, probably the most powerful version of the shield charm. Lumos and Nox, which are used to ignite and extinguish the light from the user's wand. Rictus Sempra, a charm that causes its target to buckle with laughter. Alohomora, used to reverse the locking spell. Lacarnum Inflammari, a charm to start fires, which was used to ignite Snape's cloak. And Relatio Glissio, which is used to turn a staircase into a slide, a very, very old charm. These are all just a small portion of the charms we see in the classroom. What are some charms you're excited to see, and which ones do you think you'll use the most? The final class we got a glimpse of is Defense Against the Dark Arts. In a world full of magic, of course not all of it is used for good. Here to help us protect ourselves against these dark arts is Professor Dinah Hecat, a stern but likable woman who is rumored to have spent time in the Department of Mysteries. Her hands-on teaching methods infers that she has a desire for action. One thing I've always wanted to do is be on the dueling table as it rises from the ground, ready to defend myself against an opponent. The Dark Arts is an umbrella of acts that are illegal to the Wizarding World, or heavily discouraged. This could be a large variety of things, like spells that can harm others, brewing dark potions, and breeding dark creatures, all the way up to unforgivable curses. Oh yeah, you could definitely use unforgivable curses. The people who practice the dark arts can be referred to as dark witches or wizards. What kinds of exercises do you think we'll see in class? And are you going to be defending yourself from the dark arts, or using them yourself? In the end, professors that we have, the way they teach, and what we learn from them will all mold the witch or wizard that we become in our adventure. Will you be enticed by the sheer power of the dark arts, or will you be defending yourself and others against those very people? Let me know in the comments. If you guys liked the video, make sure you give it a like. If you guys like the content you see here, make sure you subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.